Zayman White here from Venma Productions Live. So this is episode. Make sure I get this right. Yes, episode 6.
Don't quote us on that.
And so, but as you can probably see, today's couch talk is a little condensed.
We're a little short-handed right now.
A little short-handed today.
But on the bright side, it's a little even.
I mean, hey.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, Connor is indisposed, and Leighton is back home.
Also indisposed.
Very much. So it's just us two today. Oh, and then Alex is here.
Well, he's not here.
He's just indisposed too. Which is funny though, because he was actually here to watch the episode, but you know, things get in the way. But anyways, so on with the episode. So initial thoughts. Initial thoughts.
Yeah, it felt a lot calmer. It felt like not saying this is like necessarily a bad thing, but it felt less epic than the last one because I feel like it was more about what did I had it in my head. It's more like about dealing with this character and all that she's gone through and just sort of wrapping it up in a way that doesn't. It's not like this is never going to come back, but in a way that we're satisfied with it. It just felt a lot calmer. I wasn't as like on the edge of my seat about it. It was. It was just like, okay, let's see how this is gonna unfold now.
Well, and see, I mean, I do agree. It is kind of the conclusion of the Maisie Williams arc, pretty much. But at the same time, I will say, I kind of get why they put this into 2 parts, because I think part 1 is. You get the action, you get the establishing story of Maisie Williams, but then in the second part, it's more about the like deeper feeling and deeper meaning of like who she is. Because like in this episode, if you watched it close enough, you would definitely see the parallels between what Maisie is saying and what the Doctor has lived.
Yeah.
Because I mean, whenever I saw that, I was like, that reminds me awfully a lot of the Doctor's life.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Maisie Williams, obviously her character is immortal, so, I mean, she can live pretty much forever, kind of like the Doctor.
But it seems like they're saying that she's not necessarily indestructible, she's just really good at living.
Well.
Or surviving.
Which most people call immortal, which she is.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
But it's not like with Jack that he just can't die. Like, he keeps aging, but she doesn't. She just manages to keep surviving.
Speaking of, there is a nice call out to Jack Harkness in this.
Very nice.
It's Moffat's way of saying, I will put him in, but don't mention him.
I will acknowledge that he existed and, make a parallel between him and a character that we made up. But that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, nonetheless though, I mean, it is actually used in pretty good context because, I mean, it is the Doctor telling Maisie's character, which in this episode is not Ashilda. No, it's Ashilda.
A shielder.
That's what she is. Her name is Ashilda, though.
A shielder.
But in this episode, she calls herself me because
she's me.
Because she's herself, but like how she explains to the Doctor, it's like, I've gone through so many different lives. It's like all the names that I had is like they're dead to me now. So I'm me.
I'm just me.
I'm just me.
And it's interesting because someone's like, Lady Me. And I'm like, okay, we'll roll with this.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like,
it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to talk about with this episode because, again, the plot wasn't as epic. I mean, it led to a pretty, like, devastating villain, as it turned out. But, that was resolved pretty quickly in comparison to the last part, where the bad guy was introduced right away, and then we spent the whole time trying to overcome the bad guy. This time, the bad guy was sort of teased and then brought in the middle, and wasn't necessarily that threatening until the very end.
Yeah. Well, and even that, like the villain, I think, was kind of in and out.
Yeah.
Like here. Okay, so obviously the villain, I guess technically you could say in this was the lion.
Is the Cowardly
dude.
Lion. I'm just gonna call him the Cowardly Lion.
He looks like it, yeah.
Like, if they made the Wizard of Oz in our time, that's what the Cowardly Lion would have looked like.
Probably, you know.
Especially with the crown.
With the crown.
He's the king of the forest.
Yes.
Is that copyrighted? Probably
I
not.
don't know.
Probably not. Maybe.
Who knows?
Don't come after us.
But no, like, yeah, so it's like, you know, he does his deed, Maisie and the doctor do something, and then he's gone. Like, that's literally how fast in and out he is, pretty much.
I mean, literally, he's just like there for a second. The next second, he's just like disintegrated, and it's like, oh,
I mean,
bye.
So,
Bye then.
but you see, I agree. Like, it was kind of about the villain, but honestly, I just feel like this was a Dr. Maisie Williams episode.
It was, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, in comparison to the last episode, that's what it felt like. It felt less epic, but they made up for it with all the, you know, stuff between me and the doctor.
Yeah, but I mean, really, the moments between Peter Capaldi and Maisie Williams were just
amazing.
Brilliant.
I mean, there was some really good writing in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, Maisie Williams she seemed so adult-like with Capaldi.
Like, she nailed this. I mean, for an 18-year-old to have to do a scene where she's grieving the death of her children.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And she made me believe it, and I want to be her when I grow up. Can I be Maisie Williams when I grow up?
I don't know. Die and get some alien tech that makes you immortal. Then you can.
Yay. No, I don't want that, because then the doctor won't travel. Then the doctor won't travel with me, and I won't be the future companion.
Oh, then you can't be Maisie Williams.
No. Why? Why, Roboden?
Roboden. But no.
That's what's called a running joke.
Yes. Wow.
What else?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they're very good in this. There's a few instances, like I will admit, so in the beginning we start off with a robbery. If you've seen like pre-clips before, obviously you knew that it was Maisie Williams robbing.
As Zorro.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much. And then. So this carriage is getting robbed by Maisie Williams' character, me, and then the doctor walks out of the TARDIS as a scream is heard, and he's like, what?
He's like,
And then he walks out and
has a thing. They haven't had a thing since the David Tennant days.
Like,
David Tennant had things. He has a thing now.
So pretty much Capaldi had this
little gadget.
Well, I think it was advice that it pretty much tracks out like alien artifacts, pretty much.
A thing.
Yeah, and a thing that went ding once in a while.
A machine that goes ding.
Not quite like Tennant's thing that went ding, but it went ding.
He had two things that go ding. That sounds wrong. Let's just move on from
that.
No.
But no, I mean, but the funny thing is, like, he uses it. And then during the robbery, we see that he's in the carriage using the same thing too. I'm like, holy crap, Doctor, how'd you get there without nobody seeing you?
I think he just kind of crawled in through the window and then crawled out the other window. He was just like, excuse me, I'm inserting myself into this plot here.
Yeah, and then he the funny thing is, then he uses it to actually find
the thing, yeah.
The Eye of Hades, I think he said it was.
Something about the Eye of Hades.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Which actually, I kind of thought that was I mean, I'm not going to lie. I actually kind of thought the concept and the power of the Eye of Hades was actually kind of interesting.
It was pretty cool. They just kind of didn't really expand on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of it opens a portal to, who knows where. And
insert technobabble and science talk here.
Yeah, and
space.
Spacey. And I mean, the only way for it to work is someone has to die. Mm-hmm. So when someone's dying, that's when you insert them with it, and then it opens a portal to space, and
bad things come in and shoot zappy zaps,
Yeah.
and people die and things explode.
So basically, I mean, if you think about it, though, hey, it's hell pretty much. So it's like hell will fall on you if you use this, pretty much. Which it did.
It is the Eye of Hades.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It does. It does make sense. So I mean, I thought that was a very good concept.
Yeah.
One thing I do remember that I loved, it was just awesome, in a comedic way.
Mm-hmm.
When Maisie and the Doctor are trying to break into the house to get the Eye of Hades.
First of all, that was such a great soundtrack with the sneaky music and the
It kind of sounded like when you're playing a video game and you're just kind of walking around.
like when you're playing those like old Harry Potter like Game Boy games.
Well,
and they're sneaking around the
yeah,
school.
but I mean, it's like the light string, like
Yeah, the plucking.
yeah, and I mean, like the Doctor kept talking and Maisie's like shh, and then of course they get to a point where they're in this room and they find this guy sleeping on the couch and
they have this like Tom and Jerry bit where they're like walking, or he's like getting up and walking around the couch and they're like scooting around behind the couch.
And then the guy ends up leaving the room, and Maisie and the Doctor look at each other like, all right, we're safe.
And then the Doctor hits something.
Doctor takes one step, knocks something over, he's like, oh crap.
And then she just has this face like, how did you screw this up? We were home free and you screwed it up.
Yeah, and then obviously, they get the heck out of there before the guy comes back with a gun.
But I love how like they try to squeeze out like they do squeeze out through the chimney, but they're having a conversation while they're climbing out.
Yeah.
And then the guy in the room's voice comes in, and I half expected him to go, I can hear you guys in there, like the sound carries.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was kind of just the dim-witted guy, like that's there.
He was just a foil.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Though, now that you mentioned that, there was a bit in the conversation that I took a little noticing to, is when Maisie Williams brought up Clara, why Clara wasn't there.
Yeah.
And she kept saying, Clara would die for you, and
And she's, and like, brought up, like, because her whole thing is, like, now that she's immortal, like, normal people, their lives just seem so fleeting to her. They kept bringing up mayflies. So when they're having that conversation, she's like, but you travel with them all the time, and they just go like that. And it's like, how many Claras have you had?
Yeah.
And that just hit. So
Which, actually, now that I think about that,
which isn't a new conversation necessarily, but
no, but I mean, it reminds me of when Rory's dad at the party in Series 6 asks him how many people have traveled with you and what's happened to all the people.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Matt Smith's Doctor's like, some have left, some have died, and some, I had to leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's kind of what I think Capaldi's thinking at that moment. Is like, I
mean, because there's been several conversations similar to this, like when in the next Doctor, when the Doctor's about to leave, and Jackson brings up all those other people, and they have that conversation, or when Rose meets Sarah Jane, and they have that conversation, which, but anyway. Point is that this is a conversation that's been had over and over, but for some reason this like hit another point because of where it came from.
Well, but see, I think the reason they keep bringing this conversation back up is because really it actually brings the Doctor back on point. Yeah. Because like again, I think I said this last review in Deep Breath when the Doctor's like, I'm the Doctor. I'm 2,000 years plus. I've made many mistakes, many of them which I'm not happy about. And of course, the mistakes are him losing companions dying, or him having to leave them behind. And so this just kind of reiterates that, okay, I've made mistakes, and I need to make sure that in the future, I don't make that mistake again. Mm-hmm. Which sometimes it still does happen for the Doctor, which which when you really think about it is kind of sad, but at the same time it's like, it's not like he didn't try to not make the mistake. It's like he did try to prevent it, and sometimes it just doesn't go his way.
Yeah.
And then we all cried to death. And
we all cry. And
but
just blubbering messes on the floor, and then we have to wait for Christmas, and then we have to wait for fall.
yeah.
That's like the cycle of a Doctor Who fan.
Well, no, the cycle of Doctor Who thing is you have a new Doctor, you like them, then you find out the Doctor is going to regenerate. You hate the new Doctor, but then you like the new Doctor, and then it just keeps going and going and going.
Same with the companions.
Yeah, well, sometimes, because personally I didn't like Rose. Personally, I mean that's just my preference. I didn't like Rose. I thought she was too complainy, like too whiny.
I mean, yeah, but she's pretty much a kid.
Well, but I mean,
she was the youngest out of the new companions.
Yeah.
She was 19, and she got better.
Well, see, by the end of series 4, she got better.
She got so. She was a band for the end of series 4. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, but
But
I don't know. I mean, like series 2 and series 1 is like okay.
But that's kind of. I feel like that's kind of the charm of like the first few series and the older companions is that none of them were perfect. They all had flaws, and I think that was just one of Rose's flaws is that she just was kind of like that.
Yeah, and I mean, actually, ironically, when you say that, that kind of reminds me, again, Maisie Williams says, Clara would die for you. See, I feel Clara would die for the Doctor, which is interesting when you think about it, because I doubt it's going to happen this way. I doubt it, but, I mean, what if Clara's ending is actually her dying to save the Doctor? I mean, the Doctor obviously would try to save her.
Obviously, but
I mean, if it was something beyond, like, you know, repair, it's like, yeah. But again, that's just reestablishing, you know, all the companions of the Doctor, whether, you know, either they are good, which most of them were good, they still do have flaws. And I mean, Clara certainly has flaws, and we've ranted about it in other reviews, and I mean, so she's not
But the thing is, though, the flaws that we complain about, I don't think were intended flaws.
No, they kind of just happen.
They kind of just happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, character flaws.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you know.
I'm trying to think of character flaws that Clara has, and I'm having trouble thinking of one.
Character flaws?
I mean,
really
general, specific ones.
See, like, when she came in the second half of Series 7, I thought she was pretty good then, and then Series 8 came around, and she started getting a little more bossy-ish, and that's when I was like, ugh.
And then they really rolled with that bossy shtick.
Yeah, all the way until the first episode of this season.
The bossy control freak shtick.
Yeah.
Those are her character flaws, people. Bossy control freak. Yay.
What did you think of Sam Sniff?
What an episode for Connor to miss.
I know!
It's
a shame we didn't have the other guys here with us to watch this, because I literally texted Connor and said, "Hey Connor, we watched the episode. It was awesome, and it had puns." If you didn't know, Connor's a huge pun dude.
He's the pun master, as I
he does Pun Day Mondays on Monday. So another reason for you to follow him on Twitter. He does Pun Day Mondays.
Hey.
So
yeah, whenever there was a pun, I was just like, Connor's missing this.
Yeah, like
it was really distracting, but
honestly,
it was funny.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sam Sniff's character, I could almost see Connor being the same type of character.
Yeah, I was like, is this his ancestor or something?
Seriously, like I saw Connor's personality in Sam Sniff, and I'm like, yeah, this is definitely.
They started Doctor jokes.
Oh yeah.
With him and the Doctor, A+.
Oh yeah, I mean, like Sam Sniff, he gets basically thwarted by Maisie and the doctor.
Yeah.
But then, before he's about to be hanged or hung or however you say
hanged,
that.
hung.
I
think it's both.
Yeah. The doctor, he sees he's like joking with everybody, trying to get them to like him, and
yeah, he's really like just playing the audience.
Oh yeah, which is interesting because it shows that he insults a lot of ladies. But then when he asks, so who wants to give him the last kiss? You see a whole bunch of ladies raise their hands like, what the heck?
And that was such a great moment too, like when he made that joke about all the ladies and they all went boo, and he was like, yeah. I thought that was such a great moment. And then when he was like, so who wants to kiss me? And they were like, me, and I'm like, no, you ruined it.
It's like
you ruined it.
It's like the reverse opposite pretty much happens in like a brief second. It's like, okay, I didn't expect that because honestly you just all showed you were offended.
Yeah.
So why? Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's like when a guy just stand up and then does that one racist joke and then moves on.
Yeah.
And people are still laughing, but it's a kind of a slightly uncomfortable laugh now.
Yeah.
It's like, who wants to kiss me? Me!
Yeah. But no, we only saw glimpses of his character throughout the episode. I mean, he wasn't a huge presence in it, but honestly, I liked his presence because it gave it that comedic, that sense to it. Because honestly, I mean, really, the Maisie Williams and the Doctor, sneaking in was comedic, but really, I thought when Sam Sniff was on, was when those were the funny moments.
And I thought it was kind of endearing how the Doctor kind of indulged him in his in the puns and the banter.
Yeah.
Because when they first met, he was like, "No, I am against puns and I am against banter. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Why do you exist?"
Which when he said that, I was like, "Oh, that brings me back to Robots of Sherwood." When he's telling Robert Hood and his men, it's like, "That is bantering. I am against bantering."
It's like, why do you guys laugh so much?
Yeah, but no, I mean, overall, this episode wasn't as epic, but I will still say it was a good episode.
Yeah.
It is not nearly, it's not epic, no, but it is
the lack of
not,
epicosity does not take anything away from
no,
this
it is
episode.
no
Really,
Under the Lake or Before the Flood. We're still bringing that up, but we kind of have
I feel
to.
so bad because we keep ripping on these poor episodes.
And
that would have been okay.
They would have been good if they would have just done some aspects better, but still, no. But this episode is still good. It's not epic, but it is very.
But
it's a good style of Doctor Who episode.
I felt like this episode was more intimate, which is just what you needed this half
to be.
The first half was much more general because you had more people to deal with. Here, it's one-on-one pretty much the whole time.
Which is nice.
Which is nice because the last pretty much all the episodes so far this season have been the Doctor and Clara and so many people.
Yeah.
Or Daleks and then
Yeah.
I mean, you had one-on-one moments with the Doctor and Davros. But you had Missy and all those Daleks. It felt bigger than it probably was as far as the scale of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Under the Lake Before the Flood, you had so many people going around there, and now you have this where it's just. And then you had the last episode where it had like all those different Vikings and that all had names that the Doctor gave them, which is awesome.
Well, the thing about the last part, obviously was that we found out about Capaldi's face, which come on. That alone made the episode. But now that I really think about it, I think the one thing that in this episode that I really thought was interesting was so at the end we finally do see Clara come back again into the TARDIS. She obviously
I felt bad because we were kind of like Clara.
Yeah, like when she came back on, I was like, no, you just go the whole episode without her. Like, and then she comes in and they're like,
But the only reason she comes in is to show this selfie that she took with her kid who got an A, which I don't really remember why. But
well, because the Doctor, I guess, helped her some way. I don't know.
I'll have to rewatch the episode because I didn't really care. But anyway.
But anyway, so yeah, and the funny thing is, like, the Doctor at first is like, who cares? It's a selfie. You know what?
It's a selfie.
And then Claire's like, oh, come on. And then the doctor's like, oh, fine. Okay.
Because he's a big softie now.
Then he looks at the picture, and
And
he zooms in, and this part was interesting, but it was creepy at the same time. We see Maisie Williams' character as a modern, I guess, teenager, kind of just creeping through the fence, looking.
But she has this face, like this knowing smirk, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
it's awesome, but it's creepy.
Yes.
It's funny, but it's just
Like,
such a good mix. That one moment, and they don't explain it about how you're supposed to feel about it. It's just
there.
there.
Yeah.
Do with it what you will.
So, all right. So, I guess it's consensus time.
Yeah, because there's not a whole lot to talk about in this episode.
Not really. We've kind of touched on everything.
Oh, we didn't touch on that one moment where the sonic sunglasses turned on a light,
Yeah,
a candle, which was pretty cool.
I'll admit. I mean, I'm still on board with the sonic sunglasses now. But I will admit, it wasn't really used too much in this episode. It was only used to light a candle, and that was it.
Yeah, but there wasn't really much to do with it.
Yeah, which, compared to like recent episodes, like where it's used quite a bit, like this was a tone down for the Sonic. It was like,
I mean, the last 2 episodes were very Sonic heavy. The last 2-parter was very Sonic heavy.
yeah.
It was used quite a bit, and I think they're just kind of giving it a little break.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
Well, no, because remember
Break.
he fixed it this time.
I know.
So they're brand new.
They still had a break.
But
But yeah.
yeah. But anyways.
And it wasn't really needed.
No, it wasn't.
I'm glad they didn't just try to insert it. Like that. Then I probably would start getting annoyed with it if they just kept trying to insert it and shove it down our throats.
Yeah.
That sounded wrong too.
But anyways, so
Anyways.
consensus. What would you give this episode?
I think I'd just give this one a solid 8.
Okay.
Because, again, it was less epic than the last one, which is okay, but, yeah, I don't know what I can add to that. It was a good episode. I'm not saying it was a bad episode. It was just,
Yeah. No.
it was very thought-provoking. I think that's the whole point of it.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna go one above you and go 8.5. You know.
Not over 9.8.
No, over. But
Anyway.
But no, because really, no, I enjoyed the moments between Peter Capaldi and Maisie Williams, and then I also, the comedic moments I enjoyed. The villain, even though it was in and out villain, I was like, it was
pretty cool.
Good concept.
He was the king of the forest.
Yes. So
Really
overall, it's still a good episode. No more intimate, but again, I feel you for this 2-part, you need to have this one be the intimate because the other one is more action. This is more deeper meaning.
Yeah, and I'm kind of wondering how much the impact would have changed if what we talked about last time happened, where you had the girl who died, and then you had several episodes in between to just sort of have this being built up.
Yeah.
And then you had this episode that's so thought-provoking about it, and not very much action-packed, but kind of, yeah. It kind of is, but it's not packed, but you know what I mean. I'm just wondering how much the impact would have been different if we'd had that buffer in between.
Yeah. Didn't have any buffering this time.
Yeah,
our
Wi-Fi's
works.
so much better.
Yeah.
Hence, we are on our normal couch.
Yeah. But now that I think about it, which I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. One moment we did forget was when the Doctor and Mace go back to Mace's place. We see that Maisie has written all journals about the life she's lived.
Yeah, I kind of brought it up with the children, but yeah, we definitely need to talk about that because.
Yeah, it was interesting, and the Doctor actually read, and the Doctor understood what Maisie was going through because obviously, he's pretty much gone through it himself. Like it's again self-reflecting of himself very much.
Yeah.
So,
And that's why she can't come on the TARDIS.
Yeah, but they kept teasing constantly.
She was like, "Can I come with you?" And we were all like, "Please."
Yeah, it's like, yeah, bring Maisie Williams with you. Yeah, we know that's not gonna happen.
We know that's not gonna happen, but they kept teasing it, and we're like, "Come on, why would you do this?"
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. But anyways, so that is The Woman Who Lived. Which, I mean, if you didn't get the premise of these 2 episodes, it's like, come on. Come on. I mean, really, the title just gives it away. I mean, The Woman Who Lived. Who could that be? Maisie Williams, obviously. So my only guest today is Rachel Hernandez. Follow her on Twitter, YouTube. Just type in her name; it'll pop up. I don't remember if she has anything up. I think she has 2 YouTube channels, but
I do.
yeah.
One of them has stuff on it, the other doesn't.
Well, just look her up anyways. And then obviously I'm Xander White. And we will see you guys next week, hopefully with some more people.
Hopefully with more people, because this was quite calm.
And I mean,
Felt weird.
next week's episode looks really good. The
Yes.
Zygons are back.
The Zygons!
And again, it's another 2-parter. Although, I will say that I like 2-parters, especially with Zygons being the villain. And like it actually ties back to the 50th where they made that deal with the Zygons. Because now the Zygons are like, yeah, you know what? Screw it. We're taking your planet. We're ready. We're tired of being.
Yeah, was that a good idea? Probably not.
I mean, at the time, it was.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I mean, of course, we don't know how many years have actually passed since that moment.
Yeah, it's all kind of vague. Like
Yeah.
we don't specify anything anymore.
But,
Like, yeah, that's another big change from the Russell T Davies era, because pretty much each season was a year.
yeah, but this is like it's different moments, like in the future,
Mhm.
that we come in and out, and
Yeah, it's all very like non-linear.
yeah.
I mean, we're talking about Doctor Who here.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But
but yeah. But anyways.
anywho.
So yeah, we'll see you guys next week.